بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا أبي القاسم محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين، واللعنة الدائمة على أعدائهم أجمعين من الآن إلى يوم الدين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. In this dua Kumail, we have reached to a very important sentence in which Imam is asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, actually communicating to him, supplicating to him, and saying that how can you, O Allah, while you love me, you are the one, أنت أكرم من أن تضيع من ربيت. How can you abandon the person who you raised? So you have given me everything, and you are my ultimate point of reliance, where I can only count on you. How can you تبعد من أدنيته? How can you keep away a person who you made him close to you? Now so we discussed this last week, if you remember. Now the next sentence is this: أو تشرد من آويته. أو تشرد من آويته. آويته, تشرد, two words. تشرد means how can you drive away a person who you have given refuge. When you seek refuge in someone, first of all, you know that the person is trustworthy. Second, he is able to really give you a refuge, give you some support and help. You don't go randomly to anybody. You know that where you are going, the person, he is able to support you, give you a place, a shelter, a refuge. But if you know that he is not able to do that, he will not go there. We as the servants of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as ibadullah, we are Allah's servant, we are creation of Allah. Allah created us, Allah raised us. Allah is giving us every single day everything. Allah is making us even able to breathe. This every single breath is from Allah. So everything is, when it is from Allah, in situations when we are in trouble, in problems, we seek refuge of Allah. It's called ma'wa, malja, a place of refuge, a place of shelter, a place where you go and you feel peace. You don't have to worry about your enemies, you don't have to worry about someone who will harm you. Why? Because you are in a shelter. You are in a place where someone strong has given you refuge. You are a refugee. Those refugees, when you talk about refugees, means they have taken refuge of a place where now they are away from the harms of their enemies. That's why they say, okay, I am seeking refuge. They are refugees. Means they are receiving help from local people where they are coming. But they are safe from the harm of their enemies from where they have run away. The same thing about us. Our refuge is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, only refuge. We run away from anything in our life and come to Allah. Furru ilallah. Furru ilallah means come and run away from Allah to Allah. You will run away. You want to flee. You want to just rescue yourself from what? From Allah's adhab. To go where? Who will give you refuge from Allah's punishment? Allah. So you are running away from Allah, coming to Allah. This is the malja and ma'wa, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is what Imam is saying, Ya Allah, tusharrid man awaita. You have given me the refuge. If I come in the day of judgment and say, Ya Allah, I am the one who rely on you, I am the one who just count on you, I am the one who have sought your refuge. How can, Ya Allah, you are Rahim, you are Rahman, you are so kind and compassionate, how can you drive me away and say, get out? No, I'm not going to give you refuge. You've been my refuge all the time. Always, even in my life, although I've been doing things against your will, but you still were giving me. So I rely on you. So this is what Imam want to point out, the fact that no matter who we rely on, our reliance will be weak unless we really rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in all our issues, in all our matters. Allah is the real refuge. Allah is the real point of reliance. Allah is the one who, when you say Ya Allah wholeheartedly, He is there to help you out. Allah, when you say Allahu Akbar, this just saying Allahu Akbar gives you a strength that nobody can defeat you. Nowadays it became just like a slogan, Allahu Akbar, saying Allah. Allahu Akbar means we believe that Allah is great. When Allah is great, then every other thing become low in our eyes. This is what Amir al-Mu'minin alayhi salam in Nahj al-Balagha says. عظم الخالق في أعينهم فالصغر ما دونه في أنفسهم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has become great in their heart and mind, so everything else became very small and low in their eyes. It is so beautiful. See the stress, see the problems. You will find different people deal with the problems in different way. Not in the same way. Some people are very calm, some people are just very peaceful, even in so much troubles. And some people in very little things, they make it a big deal. They start just shouting and they start losing their heart and mind and everything for little things. And this causes them to go under stress and depression and then anxiety and anything else. Little things, they make it big deal. Even while having conflict with someone, if you see what is the reason of this conflict, if you go in depth, you will find things which have no value. It become a big deal, and then you leave your friends, you leave your relatives, you you abandon every relationship just for things that you can ignore, very little things. But that little thing becomes big. Who made it? Who makes it big? Shaitan. Shaitan makes everything big to you. There is a story that a person who was about to die in his last moment of his life, he was, surrounded by his family members, and the family members usually at this time, it is mustahab to do talqeen, to make him say La ilaha illallah. So he did not say La ilaha illallah. He was not saying La. He said, say La ilaha illallah. He was very good mu'min. And he was in his senses still. But he was repeating everything except La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah Ali Nawliullah. He was not saying that. He was not repeating kalima in the last moment. So his relatives, they asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give him little time so we can ask what happened to such a great mu'min, a very good mu'min. Why he's not saying La ilaha illallah? Why he's not saying the kalima? And last his moment. Ya Allah, give him little more time in his life. Please, Ya Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala really cured him and he got little time. Now he was fine. People started asking him, what happened to you? We were saying La ilaha illallah, you were not repeating after us. What? He said, silent. Take me home first. They came home. He said, now tell us why. He said, wait a minute. Go bring my watch that I have placed in such and such place. They brought it. This watch? Yes, this one. He said, break it now in front of me. Break it. He said, what are you talking about? Why? Why should you break such a good watch? Just break it, I'm saying. Otherwise, I will break it. Okay, you break it. He started breaking the watch. Very expensive and beautiful watch. He broke it. People were curious. What are you doing? We are asking you why you didn't say kalima after us. You are breaking the watch. He said, yes. You know why? He said, what? When I was dying, it was my last moment. And shaitan comes in the last moment to deviate you from the right path. So shaitan came and he started saying, hey, if you say La ilaha illallah, I'm going to break your watch. Watch to me is nothing. Yes, I liked it. It was something that I really, it was favorite watch. This is true. But shaitan showed me in such a way that it looked like, oh my God, the whole world. At that moment, now the watch is nothing for me. I'm breaking it. I can break 10 of such watches. But at that moment, shaitan, when he showed me this watch, showed me in such a way that as it is the whole world for me. He said, if you say La ilaha illallah, I'm going to break this watch. I said, no, please, don't. Then don't say La ilaha. Okay, I'm not saying. I don't know why this watch in the last moment of my life looked so important for me, so precious for me. Shaitan showed it for. And this in Quran. لَأُزَيِّنَنَّ لَهُمْ. Shaitan will make things attractive for you. That's why you waste your time, you waste your even deen and religion. You let it go. You don't care about Allah, about Rasul, about Salah, about good things. Why? Because shaitan shows you things that have no value, but for you, he makes it valuable things, very attractive things. So this is what Amir al-Mu'mineen said. If Allah is always great in your heart, Allah is great. Allahu Akbar in your heart, then everything is asghar in your eyes. Nothing is then, big. Everything is small. Small. And I have given this example many times, and I will stop here. That as you go higher, as you elevate yourself, you travel towards the skies. As you go high, the things on earth down look very small to you. You go higher, it becomes smaller. Higher, smaller, until you don't even see them. This is true or not? From the plane, you don't even see your house. You can see the Chicago land area, the whole Chicago, just this little, as this book. Whole Chicago right here. Where is Glendale Heights? Glendale Heights? I don't see it. Where is the house? You don't see your house. If you go even higher, go to the space, the whole earth looks like just a ball. Go even higher, you don't even see your earth. Go even higher, not even the galaxy is visible to you. So the higher you go, the things become smaller to you. The closer to you come, the lower you go, the bigger things will appear to you. This is how it works. If Allah is great in your heart, you are now high in status. Why? Because you are close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you are close to Allah and Allah is high, everything else is so little. See the people fight against each other. For what? Those things have no value, but they are fighting, and they will leave all those things here in this world. Nobody will take what he is fighting for, or killing somebody for, or doing, wronging somebody for. He is not taking those things with him in his grave. No one has taken in the whole history. He will leave everything in this world. He fought for it. He did zulm for it. He is going to be held accountable for it in the Day of Judgment. Everything is here, and he is there in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala giving his accounts. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq really to reach to the levels where our imams, our Prophet, and our Allah, our Khaliq, wants us to reach, inshaAllah. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Anything? Any comments? Yes. No, it is before the Malakul Maut comes. Sakaratul Maut is the time when his ruh is getting out of his body. But shaitan comes even before that. And last moments, but not the time when ruh is getting out of his body. Very close to that time. And nobody knows what that time is, but apparently when it is last moments of our life, that's why you have seen that staying on Iman is important, but dying on Iman is more important than staying on Iman. Because to stay on Iman in your life, still it is easy. Then dying, وَلَا تَمُوتُنَّ إِلَّا وَأَنْتُمْ مُسْلِمُونَ. Don't die until you are real, true Muslim. So Iman should be until the last moments of life. Istiqamat means resilience. A person should remain on his faith and his aqidah until last moment. His aqidah should not shake. No doubts should come. Shaitan comes and yuwaswisu fi suduri nas. He does waswasa and creates doubts in the hearts of a mu'min.
So it looks like, there is a test at the last moment to test out, if you are, qaim on your iman or not. So what are the things we can do to keep our iman strong?
MashaAllah. There are many things, many du'as, and there is a dua, it's called Dua Adila. Read this dua, Dua Adila. Adila from udul. Udul means turning away. A dua for adila and al-maut. In the time of maut, in the time of death, a person can even just turn away from his religion in the last moment. Because shaitan tries his best and he puts all his energy and efforts. Why? Because he says this is but just last chance, last opportunity for me to deceive him. He is dying now. And this last time and last opportunity I have. So he does his best to deceive a person. And Dua Adila, or so many more du'as we have, like you do talqeen for yourself in your life. رضيت بالله ربا وبمحمد صلى الله عليه نبيا. That dua. So that dua is also very good dua that you repeat your aqidah all the time to stay on your faith and your iman.
So Maulana, my next question is about in Isha Namaz you recited Surah Zalzala, and the last sentence are, every person is going to see tiny if he did any good deeds or bad deeds. But before that, there is a sentence, they're gonna come back in a different things. तो वो वापस आएंगे different हालतों में अपने अमाल देखने के लिए. So can you tell me, what are the things that people gonna turn out to?
ومن يعمل مثقال ذرة خيرا يره. Whoever does anything good, even if it is equal to an atom weight, he will see it. Physically he will see it. Originally, really he will see it. Not he will know about it. يعلمه نيس. يرح. It is, he will see it. The same thing, the bad things, he will see it. So these good and bad things will come in front of every human being in the form of, in physical form, let's say. In various forms, in physical forms, they will appear in front of human being. Good deeds and bad deeds. In good deeds, when he see them, he will see that physically those good deeds in front of him, walking, talking, speaking, sitting, coming with him, accompanying him. When he sees those good things, he will be happy. When he sees those bad things, those scary things around him, those he will feel torture. So that is a different, inshallah, story and different topic. We may go through it maybe sometime, inshallah, with more details. Okay, good. Any other? Yes, go ahead. Can you give me the mic?
You said shaitan makes everything appear bigger, but when you love Allah, doesn't everything already appear bigger as it's a creation of Allah?
Yes. So when you look, very good. So when you look to things bigger, relatively, means bigger because they belong to Allah. Not bigger because I want them. If you start loving the dunya, cutting your relationship from Allah, then what will happen? Those things start looking bigger and bigger and bigger for you, and you love them so hard that you don't even care about other things which you're supposed to care, right? So you care about only dunya. You don't care about your salat, your good deeds, even your relatives that Allah said be good with them, your brother, your sister, your parents, or other wajibat. You don't care about wajibat. Why? Because everything for you is dunya. And this is what we see. People say we don't have time for salat, we don't have time for Quran, we don't have time for this. Why? Because they are busy in dunya. But if Allah is big in your heart, He is great in your heart, then other things which are dunya, they become small in your heart.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaykum assalam.
What happens if you do dua without like doing without
Without what?
like I'm trying to say without love for Allah, what will happen?
Oh, okay. It's a good question. See, if you do dua and you have few words, let's say, for example, just repeating few words, and you are used to say them. رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيَا حَسَنَةً وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ. Keep repeating them. You don't know the meaning. You have no idea what you're saying. You're just repeating. This will not help you. But you have love of Allah. You're talking to Allah. You're speaking to Allah. And you know what you're saying. Then of course this dua has the meaning, and this dua has the effect.